Hello viewers, today we are going to discuss game theory, a very commonly used decision making process in which we are going to see solving game theory with the help of principle of dominance. First, let's try to understand why dominance and where it is used. To solve a two-person zero-sum game without a settle point, this particular rule is used. Why it is used? Very simple, to reduce the size of payoff matrix or to get rid of the inferior strategies or solutions. That is nothing but rows and columns. How it is used? Of course, there are certain prerequisites. Very first is that player A always gain and player B always lose. If and these are the two common rules that we are going to see with an example. So this is an example given here. A matrices is given and we need to solve this with the use of principle of dominance. This is a pure game, I am already telling you, because how do I come to know about this? Because I have solved and tried to find out the saddle point. Since for this particular matrices saddle point is existing, this is a pure game. Now how to achieve that saddle point with the help of dominance we are going to see. I'll just simply write down the matrices as it is. Now what is the rule? Rule is we need to compare. We need to, if all the elements in any row are less than or equal to all the elements in the other row, then discard that row. Let's say A is one row and B is another row. So if all the elements of A are less than all the elements of row B, then we are going to discard A. Means what? Here we need to compare all the elements in row A1 with A2, row A1 with A3, row A1 with A4. And if this condition is true that A1 elements are less than A2, then we are going to discard the elements of A1. So this is a lot of permutation and combination we need to try. So I am telling you a very shortcut method to reduce your time. Just do one thing, row wise add all the elements and write down the summation here. For example, here 1, 3, 2, 7, 4, it is nothing but 17. So what I did, I have summed up all the row elements and I just written here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first compare all the rows with this row. So how it is helpful, let me tell you. Let's first compare A1 and A4. 1 not greater than 2, discard. 3 greater than 2, true. 4 greater than 0, yes. 1 greater than 6, no, discard. 6 greater than 2, correct. 5 greater than 0, true. 7 greater than 6, true. 6 greater than 3, yes. 5 greater than 1, yes. So all the elements of A3 are greater than A4. So here we can discard A4. I'll just repeat. All the elements of row A3 are greater than all the elements of row A4. So we are going to discard A4. And we are going to write down here that it is dominated by A3. Okay, so this method is going to help us. Now we'll continue with the second thing. Now we are going to compare this with this. 1 is greater than 3, no, discard. 1 is greater than 6, discard. 3 greater than 5, no, okay, correct. So this is not going to be used. 19, say 3 is greater than 6, no. So let's discard. Now do the same operation column wise, because it says that if all the elements in any column are greater than or equal to all the other elements in the another column, then we are going to discard the column. For example, let's see, there's an F column and G column. So if all the elements of F column are greater than G column, so we have to eliminate G. Here what we did, we have eliminated row A, and here we are going to eliminate the column which has a higher value, not the column which has a lower value. So I'll just repeat the same thing in order to save our time. It's very simple. I'm going to calculate this vertically. Since this is already discarded, we are not going to calculate the values of this row. The remaining column elements I'm going to add up. So this will be 10, this is nothing but 12, this is again 10, 18 and 15. So I'll again start with the number which is the lowest, that is either this or this. So I will start with this. So let me compare this b1 and b2. So 3 is greater than 1, correct. 4 is greater than 3, correct. 5 is greater than 6, no. So we can't do that. Let's compare b1 and b3. 2 is greater than 1, correct. 1 is greater than 3, no. That is not possible. Let's compare b1 and b4. 7 is greater than 1, correct. 5 is greater than 3, correct. 6 is greater than or equal to 6, correct. So yes, this is the column that we are going to eliminate. Why? Because all the elements in b4 are either greater or equal to all the elements in b1. So here we are going to eliminate b4, because when we are going to compare the column elements, we are going to eliminate the higher value column, and we are going to write down here is that it is dominated, it dominates the column b1. It dominates the column b1. We'll continue with the same, like a1. 4 is greater than 1, correct. 6 is greater than 3, yes. 5 is greater than 6, no. So it's all done. So we have done with this. Now next is this. Now let's again compare. 2 is greater than 1, correct. 1 is greater than 3, no. Let's discard this. 2 is greater than 3, no. 3 is greater than 2, correct. 4 is greater than 1. 5 is greater than 7, no. So we are not going to do this. Let's compare b3 and b5. 4 is greater than 2, true. 6 is greater than 1, true. 5 is greater than 7, no. So again we are not going to do this. Let's compare this with the other columns. I believe 4 is greater than 3, correct. 6 is greater than 4, correct. 5 is equal to this. So now all the elements of b2, and I'm talking about the elements b2 and b5. So all the elements of b5 are either greater or equal to all the elements of b2. So we are going to eliminate b5 here, and we are going to write down here that it is dominating the column, which one? b2. So likewise we have eliminated one row and two columns. So we are going to write down freshly whichever is remaining. So what is remaining? b1, b2 and b3 is remaining, and here a1, a2 and a3 is remaining. So whichever is left, I am going to write down this freshly so that we can perform the same operations again, because my rule says that we have to continue the same process till we get at least a matrix of 2 by 2 size. So I'll just revise and you can take a snap of this. What it says, that perform the step 2 and 3 with remaining elements in the payoff matrix. Continue the same until you get at least 2 by 2 matrix. If it is a pure game, you might get only single element is also possible. Again, here I am going to do comparisons. So what is our shortcut? So let's calculate this and write down the total here. So 1 plus 3 plus 2 is nothing but 6. 3, 4, 7 plus 8, and this is 18. So smallest element is 6. So I'm going to start with a1 first. So let's compare 1. 3 is greater than 1, correct. 4 is greater than 3, correct. 1 is greater than 2, no. 1, 3, 5, 3, 7, yes. So all the elements of a3 are greater than a1. So I can eliminate a1, and I'll just write down here that it is dominated by a3. So here this is got eliminated. Next I'll compare all the elements of weight. Yes, 3, 6, 4, 5, 1, 7, right, this is also true. So I'm going to eliminate this. So I can write down dominated by a3. So again this is eliminated. So what is left for me is nothing but this particular one. So I'll just write down the remaining column payoff matrix element. This is nothing but a3. So 6, 5, 7 is only left. Again I'll go vertically, that is column wise. So just it is very simple, orally we can do this. So 6 is greater than 5, so I am going to eliminate this, and 7 is greater than 5, so I am going to eliminate this. What is left is nothing but my 5. So here this 5 is nothing but my saddle point. So the value of saddle point is 5. Again the value of saddle point is nothing but value of game also. So my game of value is 5. So what is the optimal strategy for player A is nothing but A3, and what is the optimal strategy for player B is nothing but B2. And if I have to tell whether this is a fair game or unfair, since the V value, that is a saddle point value, is 5, that means which is not 0, so we can say that it is an unfair game. So this is how we need to solve a game theory with the rule of dominance, wherein first we need to compare all the elements of rows with all the other elements of any other row. If it is less than or equal to considered row, let us discard the previous row, and vice versa is done in the column, and we'll continue this till the time we get a 2 by 2 matrix. So this is how we solve a game theory with the rule of dominance. So please do like, subscribe my channel for more of such videos. Thank you.